Hey guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and today we are gonna be talking about Legacies, Season 2, Episode 10. Now, like I said in my previous video, I am actually sick right now. I've been fighting off whatever this is since Sunday, and I'm proud to say I'm almost there, but, I'm still not 100%, so if I act a little off this video, it's either because I'm coughing, have to sneeze, I still got like a little bit of sniffles, I still got my cough even though I haven't been coughing my lungs out today, and my voice kind of goes in and out, so I'm probably not gonna talk a lot, and if I do, it's not gonna be very, you know, loud, so if I'm a little bit softer in this video, it's because I still feel a little sick. It's just, it is the way it is. It's cold and flu season. Unfortunately, I did well, not unfortunately, because it's never unfortunate when you travel unless it's for, like, circumstances that aren't under your control, but, I went to New Mexico last week to visit my family, so there's a lot of climate change there, so putting my body through like a week's worth of climate change and then it getting used to that weather and then coming back to Pennsylvania and it having to get used to this again, not to mention I took airplanes and trains and cars and all this other stuff, so, and I work at a retail store, so everyone's been getting sick, and I just happened to catch whatever was going around. And my dad was sick on the week that I was visiting my family, so it was unfortunately gonna happen sometime that I was gonna get sick. It just, it sucks either way. And speaking of coming back from New Mexico, my sleep schedule is still off. As some of you may not know, New Mexico is actually 2 hours behind Pennsylvania time. So right now it's like 3:20. No, actually not 3:20. 20. I said behind. Right now it's like 11:20 p.m. there. So I'm still getting, like, in between the time changes and that being sick makes me a little bit more tired, but this intro is long and I'm rambling, so without further ado, let's get started into this one. I have a feeling that this is actually going to be a great episode because, as some of you may not know, Season 1, Episode 10 of Legacies is actually one of my favorite Legacies episodes of all time, but that's more in part thanks to Lizzie as a character, and it just, like, shown her character development, and got me really liking her character, even though I did love her character from the start, and a lot of people got very annoyed of her last season, which, understandable because she can be quite a selfish character. Maybe I'm really a fan of those selfish characters that seem selfish at first, but they actually have a heart of gold, they're just, like, defending it. Like, she kind of reminds me of Damon in that way, kind of like, selfish and arrogant to a point, but would do anything for their family if it came down to it. So I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. I'm, like, super excited. That and a special guest star is coming on episode 12, and they're gonna have to start doing that storyline in this episode in order for it to make sense. So let's go ahead and see what we're gonna work with for this episode. I know in this episode we're dealing with Coven Day, which we've never really dealt with Coven Day in this universe. I don't remember a lot of the originals, even though I just watched it last year. last year, but if they involve Kevin Day, it was like briefly skimmed over a little bit, or like an underlining thing of like for more drastic things that were going on. But this intro is getting way too long, so let's start on the episode. I'm just like super excited. Alright, so a couple of things have happened since we first started this episode. So, Alyssa's background story started, so we're gonna learn more about Alyssa in this episode, which I want to know more about Alyssa, but she's kind of a bitch. I don't know, I'm not even gonna say kind of a bitch. I get she was brought there under really bad circumstances. It looks like her house burned down. I'm not sure how that happened. Lark said, "Can we make this look like a gas leak?" It wouldn't surprise me if she had accidentally started the fire to her house because she didn't know she had magic. Maybe she got angry. Maybe shit like that happened. I don't know. She seems like she's gonna be an antagonist somehow. I'm just not sure how yet. How yet? Let's see what else we got. And then we go through her time at the Salvatore school, how Josie and Lizzie weren't too welcoming to her, but then again, she doesn't seem like the nicest person either. But the thing is, with bullies, someone previously had to bully them, whether it be their parents or others. So maybe it's just like a structured bully thing to where she thought it was okay to act like that because of how others treated her. I'm just not sure, but there are some problems with her and Hope. First of all, her trying to have sex with Jed, I can't remember what his name was at this moment, please forgive me, on Hope's bed, which is so not cool. I've actually heard stories about this. I actually had someone who I used to go to school with tell me about this story where her roommate had also done that to her, and I'm just like, please do not. Even if you hate your roommate, even if they're like the most awful person, please don't have sex on their bed. That's disgusting. That's gross. Germs get transferred that way. I know it seems like such a power move when you're doing it, but it's just really petty as fuck, and I'm just gonna put that out there, like, just right here, right now, don't do it. It doesn't, it gives you, like, what, a small bit of satisfaction when you're doing it, but then you feel kind of guilty for it afterwards, or at least, if you have a guilty conscience. I know if I had done that, I would have a guilty conscience, but, people do things differently. That, and it's all like, oh, I could wear this outfit, it would look so much better on me than it would her. Like, a little bit of a story time for you guys. I had a roommate also. And sometimes, in some way, she would respect boundaries, but, I'm gonna say this right now, I wasn't the best roommate either. It was just one of those situations where I had applied to school late, we both didn't have roommates at the time, so we were matched together even though we didn't have anything in common. Our majors weren't even in common. We did not get along, we didn't talk to each other, we didn't vibe with each other. There was once when she had used my TV without asking. Look, I'm okay with people using my stuff, okay? Okay, as long as it's not my phone, I'm fine. But even my phone sometimes, I'm fine with. But it was a thing that pissed me off the most, that she had used my television without asking me. And yeah, I had wrote her a passive-aggressive note about it, going like, if you're gonna... Because we didn't communicate, okay? I thought writing a note would be fine. And it's just all like... could you please ask me the next time? Like, I even used please in this note. And then she had been like... She had told the RA on me. And that was just a whole nother thing. I probably shouldn't have been as petty about it as I was. I was, but on the other hand, you should also respect your roommate's property and their boundaries. Boundaries, maybe if I had made my intentions, not intentions, but like my personal thoughts and feelings to her up front, maybe she would have asked, but, you know, nothing ever seemed to bother me, and I was hardly in the room anyway. Anyway, because this was around the time when me and my husband were dating, and he was the roommate to one of my best friends, so I would always be over there anyway. I would hardly be in the room anyway. So in retrospect, seemed like such a little tiny petty thing to get mad about, but I do understand Hope's feelings towards annoying ass roommates that, don't like respect your personal space, but at the same time, it could have been worse, like having Alyssa Chan as a roommate. But back to Legacies. Legacies. Emma is back. It's nice to know that after her hiatus, she's back for Coven Day. That's cool. Oh, also, Coven Day is happening. Josie and Lizzie are trying to make another prison world so they could drop Josie's hourglass into that prison world so they won't have to drop into the world that their Uncle Kai is in, which, by the way, why do I have a feeling that's not gonna work out? Work out in the way they thought. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Happened that, and during Coven Day, Wayne, I think it is, by the way, Wayne Wade is a precious cinnamon roll, and we need to protect him at all costs, because when Alyssa was going after him, when he thought, oh, I'm not a witch, I'm a fairy, and she was making fun of him for that, and then he's all like, well, maybe my parents were trapped in the Malivore pit, and I just don't remember it because I don't remember them. And then she was all like, maybe they should drop you in the Malivore pit, and I'm just like, okay, there's like being rude because people bullied you, and then just like being like a horrible person, like, God. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, ugh. I don't know how to feel about her. I don't know why she is the way she is, but God. I just hate that, but Hope's like comment about the whole, I don't know, being stuck in a room with you seems like torture. I just love it, even though I think it's a Crowan actually, that is persuading her to talk about that. And I like how Wade is the only person that can see this creature, so he must be something besides a witch, like he claims he is, but no one's gonna believe him. So let's see how this ends up, because I'm actually kind of excited about like a creature that can get in your head and make you throw out all your personal thoughts and feelings. It might be interesting to see what's gonna happen. Let's go ahead and watch. Actually, I don't know if it's a Crowan. I think that was another episode. Sorry for my mistake, but let's go ahead and watch what's gonna happen because I'm entertained. Okay, so I did mispronounce the creature's name. It's a Cretan, I believe it is. Believe it is. I might have to have the name hammered into me like 20,000 times before it even starts. But the witches were doing this meditation thing, trying to keep the orb green, or else it was gonna turn red if they were all against each other. And then the green was feeding them insecurities and stuff and making them argue, and then it was just all like, Alyssa's just like, I don't know, it's more pathetic. The fact that Hope stole Josie's boyfriend away from her, or Lizzie lost Sebastian, who was like the only girl he's dated since 1508, and then Lizzie's just all like, well, at least I have a family. unlike you, orphan. And I'm just like, oh, that that was a little dirty. Dirty, I know it was like the Korean stuff, but like, damn. Damn, like this creature really makes them into like their nastiest self, and like I know that like Josie and Lizzie and all that and Hope could all be nasty if like they want to be, and like when you're insecure you get very nasty very quickly. I know I've also had that like insecure moment where I've also gone pretty nasty too. And apparently this creature is invisible to everyone except fairies, which we found out that he is that Wayne is a fairy. Wade. Until I get an actual name. Like he's only been on screen like 3 or 4 times. Then you know, then I'm just gonna say it that way. But then the Cretan like Hope figures out that there's something preying on their insecurities, making them all nasty to each other, and then the vampires and the werewolves start going at it, or rather, Judd and Caleb go at it, and I'm just like, oh, this is making everyone hate and despise each other. But it is a pretty interesting episode. I'll give it that. So let's go ahead and oh yeah, I also forgot that it made Hope tell Landon that his advice was useless, kind of like he was, but Landon knew something was going on with Hope because she would never say anything that horrible to him outright. Right? She wouldn't act like Alyssa Chang without, actually getting very, very pissed off, which, she wasn't very pissed off, and, oh, she was stealing those shoes away from someone, and, I don't know. No, but I love the part wherever Emma's just all like, we're having quiet time, you should have been here. Here, let's go ahead and join the circle, and then Lizzie just grabs a chair and just like screeches it to the floor. Through the floor, and I'm just like, I would probably be Lizzie in that situation, honestly. But let's go ahead and see what's gonna happen, because I'm a little interested. So now everyone is just at each other's throats this episode. We got a Lark, like, talking to the sheriff and, just exchanging funny stories about, kids will be kids. We got confirmation that Maya is either bisexual or a lesbian, so that was fun and dandy. I really wish they would, bring Maya and Ethan back to the show, because why would they introduce their characters? Characters they weren't even going to be a part of the show, except for, like, what, 2 episodes? Were they in 2? I think they were just, like, in 2 or 3. 3? Like, I'm just gonna say this now, just to get it out of the way. I hate it whenever Julie Plec introduces characters and then completely just writes them off. Like, she didn't need them in the first place. Like, if you didn't need them in the first place, and you're just gonna write them off in, like, 3 episodes, don't say they're potential love interest of Hope or anything if they're only gonna flirt with her a little bit and then drop off the face of the earth. Like, I need my Hope and my biffleness, okay? I love my Lizzie and Hope and Josie BFFs forever. Yes, but, like, I just, just saying, don't write people up. Write people in if you're just gonna write them off in a couple episodes. That's all I'm saying. That's just, like, something that I really don't like Julie Plec doing personally. I don't know if anyone else gets frustrated by this writing or these characters that just drop in and out, but I do. Also, what else? Okay, and then Emma and, Dorian are fighting about their relationship, and how Emma never really, talked to him about the Japan thing, and everything with them just, like, tended to end, and it was just like, ooh. And then, like, the students were just watching them, like, this was great, and everyone was just like, it seems like everyone that, is affected by the Crowan, still, not Crowan, the Korean also, like, just keeps it there, and it's just like a truth serum. Like, if you have your deepest insecurity and, like, takes it out of you, so you have to say it, and, like, it makes for funny content, but also mean content, so, I don't know. Like, it's an interesting episode, not as good as the last episode 10 that we saw in the first season, at least in my opinion, but it's shaping up to, you know, be an interesting episode. It's definitely gotta be one of those episodes that moves the story along to a downcline to the, like, not downcline, but, like, we know the season finale is coming soon. I think it had, last season had 16 episodes. I think this season, from what I know, is gonna have 14. 14, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But I think it's gonna have 14 episodes, maybe 16 if we're lucky. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm super uber excited. Excited to see. Because this episode is supposed to be where our, series' finale, or the season ending, is gonna take us. And I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. But, I don't know. Let's go ahead and check the rest of this out. Oh yeah, by the way, the Korean knocked out Josie and now has her hourglass full of dark magic, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so Landon starts being nasty to Hope, and then they're just like, wait a minute, we know why Landon wasn't affected until Wade was gone, because while Landon was with Wade, the Korean didn't affect him as much because they're weakness is fairies, which Wade is because we just got confirmation. So he got everyone to cheer Wade's name, but Wade didn't have any powers until Landon bleeded him enough to try to beat him, and then, you know, it snapped his neck, and then Hope's all like, Landon, it's gotta be, like, hard watching your boyfriend die over and over again. It's just like, ugh. That'd be like the worst feeling ever. And then Lizzie's all like, Hope, it'll be alright, just trust in the process, and then, you know, Josie's hourglass, we had to worry about that getting broke, which, by the way, we already got foreshadowed that it's gonna get broken somehow. It's just a matter of how and when and why it happens, but, you know, I already got my theory, as some of you may know. I finally get to break spoiler territory in this video, at the end of this video, because I feel like I know what's gonna happen in this video. They've already mentioned the special guest star in this video already, so I feel like I get to, break the whole spoiler alert at the end of this video, because at the end of this episode, I hope they bring in how they're gonna apply to the storyline. It's been hard keeping it under wraps, and since we're so close to the episode anyway, I'm just like, ooh, fingers crossed. But let's see, what's gonna happen, y'all. Y'all, I'm super excited. So, Alark, Josie, and Lizzie just all disappeared into thin air. And why the fuck do I think it's the Ascendant that's taking them into the prison world? And why do I have a feeling that Alyssa is somehow a part of this? Because no one openly hates people for that long, and then just decides to bury the hatchet in, like, one day. One day of where they're constantly fighting with each other. Then Alyssa, like, there's small hints that Alyssa is always hated, assaultments from like when she was a child. She tried to burn Lizzie alive for Christ's sake by a linking spell. So Alyssa Chan gotta go. Don't like her already. Like I said, I think she's gonna be an antagonist to the story. And I still find that point solid. And then, I don't know what's happening. They remade the Ascendant, but, like, they remade a different Ascendant, but I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be anything that great, honestly. We probably all know by now from the title of episode 12 who's coming back, because they literally have it in the title, and we'll talk about it at the end, how this is all gonna be connected. I'm gonna go, before I, like, come back and see you guys, I'm gonna look at that prophecy again and see what we can figure out, because, you know, we're now getting more pieces of the puzzle. What's gonna happen? Let's see where we're gonna end off. I don't know. This is actually quite interesting. So let's do this. Okay, so I just finished Legacies. I needed time to go back to that prophecy. That prophecy, because I needed to figure out what direction they're going on, and I feel like I almost have it, but of course, like I don't know why my camera is bugging me. Okay, no, stop bugging me. But like any prophecy or any puzzle, I need all the pieces, and unfortunately, we're only on episode 10. There's still one more episode to go before, you know, Big event in episode 12 happens, and like I still think there's like 2 more episodes after that as well. Maybe it's a 13 episode season. I'm not sure. I thought it was a 14 episode season. I really gotta like look up how many episodes season 2 is gonna have. But I need to look at that prophecy so I can make new predictions. I think I have somewhat solid predictions, but you know, still not pieced together. I can't wait until like I go back and see what's gonna happen, because I'm not sure. I can't wait to watch this whole season, go back and see what this prophecy actually meant by the time it's done and over with. But first, let's review what just happened the last half of this episode, because it was wild, y'all. Okay, so Alyssa, damn bitch who I said we couldn't trust. Obviously, we couldn't trust her, because during them making the new Ascendant, she linked the old Ascendant, which has, like I said, I have to spoil everything about the special guest in episode 12, because they literally just like planted a huge spoiler alert in this episode right here. So I'm sorry. I gotta spoil it at least a little bit. Like I feel like, oh, I feel like if you don't know by now, or if someone hasn't spoiled it by now, I would click off this video. Pretty good episode overall. So if you don't want to get spoiled for who comes in episode 12, even though I'm pretty sure everyone could figure it out by now, you can click on now. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you've not already. Ready? But now, I'm gonna wait for 3 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now that I'm sure that the people who don't want to get spoiled for a thing in episode 12, so she linked the Ascendant that has Kai in it to the Ascendant that Lizzie and Josie just created for the hourglass thing. Now, the thing is that that hourglass is now in a prison world that holds Kai Parker. So, it looks like my predictions are coming true over here. I'm just like so excited that I at least got one part of this puzzle right. I've like shifted a few of my thought processes, obviously, because of depths and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll reword the prophecy and we'll do the predictions. Predictions. So, Alyssa linked both the ascendants to where the hourglass will go to the prison world that Kai is in, along with Josie, Alark, and Lizzie. So they're all three of them are in the prison world with Kai, who is hell-bent on murdering the Gemini Coven because he wants to be all-powerful. And, if he gets his hands on said black magic, goddamn, if we thought Kai was, like, ooh, bad before, but, like, how much dark magic is in that, really? Obviously, the necromancer wants it, but, Kai also has it. Like, if the necromancer kills Kai, that would be hilarious, yet at the same time it would make me kind of sad, because that would be Catherine Pierce dying all over again, because, so easy to kill off, like, one of the major villains in the Vampire Diaries universe. Like, we're not gonna rehash that. But, so back to why Alyssa did all this shit in the first place. So we figured out that Emma and Alark were sending kids that they deemed unfit for the school and the universe, like, they didn't want these kids to be out. They thought they were a danger to humanity. They tried to humanize them. They were monsters in their eyes, and they passed judgment upon them, therefore trapping them in a prison world of Kai Parker, of all people. Did Alark not think that would have come back to bite him in the ass at some point? Or whenever, he's thinking of the prophecy, did he not think in that moment, oh hey, I just sent a bunch of kids who I thought were a danger to the world, over to a prison world where they could interact with a sociopath who was trying to murder my family, but, it's gonna be alright in the end, as long as, we're not involved. And I'm just like, it is apparently so easy to trap people in prison worlds. It's just like, ooh, like, I'm just like, so floored that he never thought of that. Like, that would come to bite him in the ass also. It's just like, it goes to show you, Alark. Well, his intentions could be good. Could be a fucking idiot at some point. It's like, ooh. So, they were going to send Alyssa there until Emma suggested that they do a memory wipe of what happened with her parents, which I think, she set that fire, she killed her parents on accident, she thinks she's a bad person, so she's gonna act like a bad person, she's a misfit but then she gained her memories back, because we saw that she was acting rather sweet, and now she's acting like a terror to all the students again. So obviously we probably saw that as foreshadowing that she got her memories of this certain thing that happened to her back, and she was planning her vengeance, which, she tells Emma that she sent Alark, Josie, and Lizzie over the prison world where Kai is at to teach them a lesson. And I'm just like, I know that they've done some pretty shitty ass things. Okay, I get it. But like, sending them to a prison world that has their murderous uncle is a little bit, I don't know, psychotic. Psychotic, and like I said, Alyssa Chan gotta go. I mean, how is that equivalent to you in any way? Way, like, ugh. So here Alyssa is just like going like unveiling her plan, just going off on her little villainous tangent, and then she's all like, "But you're not gonna remember this," and she knocks him out with like a memory wipe, I guess. And then she goes back to her room thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get away with it." But what she doesn't know is that Hope is gonna reverse Uno her bitch ass. Bitch ass and goes, "Nah, I know what you're doing. Now tell me where the fuck my friends are before, shit gets real." So that was hilarious. Hilarious. I can't wait until Hope goes to save Josie and Lizzie. I saw the promo, but they didn't show a lot in the promo. I know, like, the next episode has something to do with Cupid, and they're gonna entrust Landon on this thing, so I don't know how that's gonna go. I wish Kai was coming in next episode, really. Maybe at the end of next episode. As a cliffhanger, maybe. Maybe, but I'm not sure. We'll see. And then, now we have, whenever we're in this new prison, this prison world, we have a Lark, we have Josie, we have Lizzie, we have Kai, we have all the students that a Lark trapped in here, and not limited and including Sebastian. So now Lizzie knows that Sebastian didn't abandon her, that and now we know that Lark didn't kill Sebastian. He just sent him to a fucking prison world with Kai Parker of all people. I mean, pretty sure him and Kai are now fucking friends, and he's gonna betray like Lizzie somehow. I don't know. No, I don't know why Sebastian is in this season besides to be not Josie, Lizzie's love interest. So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but oh my god. God, this should be like an interesting couple of episodes because I don't think you could power the Ascendant without a celestial event happening, so they're gonna have to wait for the next one to get them all of the prison world, and shenanigans are gonna ensue when we're gonna have to avoid Kai at all costs. But who? So, without further ado, I went back to the ending scene of episode 7, and now I have new predictions. Now, first off, the two prisoners, one master of his cage, one returns here without power. I have no idea who this is about. I know one part is Kai because he's a master of the prison world. Obviously, by this point, if Alert sent kids who didn't have control of the power, but I think Kai could easily like undo those ropes and other stuff he's in. He's in that Bonnie put him in, and he could do things with his mind and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he could persuade all these kids that a Lark has wronged and make like a little mini army. So of course, one has to do with Kai. Maybe the other prisoner is Sebastian, because Sebastian doesn't have a lot of things to do with the storyline besides being like Lizzie's love interest and having like a very challenging background, I should say. So we gotta fit Sebastian up in this somewhere. So of course, I feel like the second end of the prophecy is like pretty self-explanatory. The sins of the father are visited upon the daughters. They're not there. Of course, because of what Alark did in the current world, sending all the students he deemed unfit to the prison world, his actions made Alyssa Chan do what she did to them because of it. And goddamn, is Lark gonna have to deal with the fallout of that next episode because, all those kids that he put there that are deemed dangerous. Dangerous are all there and they're pissed at him. He's like an open target along with Josie and Lizzie. So of course that has to do with that. Not to mention there's a destructive hourglass there. So because of what Alark did, now this whole Josie thing, Dark Josie thing is gonna happen. Maybe, just maybe it's Dark Josie. I saw a theory of what might possibly happen that now that I'm reading the last line would actually make a lot of sense. So this theory isn't mine, it's someone else's, but we're gonna get there in a minute. Because Julie Plec loves her plot twist. So a new hero rises, but could be failed with a golden arrow. I think this might be Landon because we know that Landon is like hope interest Landon with the next thing. And we know next episode there is a Cupid type creature. So what if the Cupid type creature has the golden arrow that could actually kill Landon because, Phoenix. The Phoenix, of course, rises again and other stuff. But there was foreshadowing in episode 1 of this season that Josie's just who says you don't have an expiration to how many times you could come back. So what happens if this Cupid has this golden arrow that could, end up killing Landon. That's a scary thought. And then Oath Amongst You has many faces. Like I said in the previous one, I have no idea who this is about. Might be rough. I mean, like I said, Julie Plec just writes these characters in and then totally, writes them out. What was the deal with Penelope if they were just gonna get rid of her in, 5 episodes? What was the deal with Roth if they were just gonna have him with form all this season, only to have him, go back with his dad? What's up with that? I don't know. But A Wolf Amongst You has many faces. Probably gonna get betrayed by Roth at some point. I'm not sure. We'll see. When time fractures, darkness overwhelms. Obviously, this is talking about the hourglass smashing and, Dark Josie and other stuff. But wait, there's more. The greatest destroyer of all is love, which I feel like because Lizzie, Josie, Alark, and others are all in this prison world, and Kai has, a way of fucking with people. I feel like it's not gonna be Kai who ends up getting all this dark magic power and siphoning it. I feel like in order to protect Josie from this dark magic and all it's doing, I feel like Lizzie is gonna, Kai is gonna persuade Lizzie that the only choice she has to save Josie from all this dark magic is to siphon the dark magic in herself. And you know, that would be pretty cool. Like, that's like playing off a prediction that I saw that like Lizzie was gonna sacrifice herself for Josie, so Josie didn't have to be the one that like sacrificed herself yet again. I feel like they're not gonna have that storyline twice. So I feel like this prediction is actually very clever. And I don't know, guys. Like, there are just like so many parts of this prophecy that like don't fit together. But like the being said, it'll be like painfully obvious soon enough. And oh my god, like, oh, this is gonna be an interesting these next two episodes. I can't wait for Kai to be back. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen this episode. I'm sorry if this episode thing was so long. I would love to know your predictions about the prophecy, what you think they're gonna end up being, because I'm at a loss. Like, I thought I had like the perfect prophecy, and well, some of my parts of my prophecy actually are what's happening. It doesn't look like everything I said the first time was gonna be right, and that's okay because that's why I love prophecies. They change throughout the season. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think the prophecy means, what you think Kai's return is gonna do. Who do you think is gonna go dark by the end of the season, Josie or Lizzie? And what are your other predictions for season 2? Comment down below and let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!